Hey guys, it's Kim here with Fairily Fiber Fun. Thanks for joining me on another Tour de Fleece video. This is the Tour de Fleece wrap-up video where I show you all of the yarns that I spun. We're going to start with the beginning picture of all the fibers with my wheel, and then we're going to go into the footage I filmed when I did episode 31, excuse me, the most recent episode. Ended up being too long to put this in there, so decided to make it a separate video, and then that took a little while. So before we hop into that original footage, I would like to give a very warm welcome to new viewers and a welcome back to returning viewers. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss new videos as they come out. And as always, leave your comments, questions, and suggestions down in the comment section below. I do appreciate you. I love your comments. You guys are awesome. And I wanted to let you know just how much you mean to me and how much your comments mean to me. Every comment brings a smile to my face. So, and today that means a whole lot because I don't feel well today. I am suffering from a sinus infection and my ears hurt. They're like burning right now. My head is all stuffy. And I took so much medicine now I'm all dry. So this is how we roll around here, but I have time and I had just enough energy to film this little intro, and then let's hop into the Tour de Fleece wrap up footage, and as per usual, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. But now we're going to get into the Tour de Fleece spins. So here is a picture. There's a picture of what I was planning to spin and my starting point. Okay. Now, I did not spin everything on there, but I also have an extra spin that I did that was not planned. I no longer have it, as I gave it away to the lady who commissioned the llama and gave me the mohair because I wanted to see what she would do with it and how much she likes working with it. So, the first spin I don't have with me, so I'll share a picture with you, was Flower Garden Art Bat, and there is a link below to the whole playlist for Tour de Fleece. And if I forgot to link it, just shoot me a comment. Hey, where's the playlist? And I'll put it in there. So that one was a Tour de Fleece challenge to make something for a friend. And a friend made something for me. We exchanged. She made this gorgeous yarn for me. Super sparkly, super pretty. She asked me what my favorite color is, and I said, well, lately I've been into blues. And it is beyond gorgeous. Love it. It's so squishy. I love the locks poking out of it. Like, oh, it's just amazing. So, Carla Brown Lawler, I think that's her name, was my partner for this, and she's happy with the yarn that I made for her, and I'm happy with the yarn she made for me. And it came with a tea bag and a little bit of candy and a little note, so that was extra sweet and fun. Sorry, the guy's out there reading my meter and it's driving me nuts watching people walk across my yard. Let's see, what was the next spin that I finished? Probably this one, and so there's a video of the Flower Garden one. Oh, the next one was the fleece spun. I think that's called lock spinning, where you just spin from the fleece without any prep whatsoever. So see a picture of that. And then I needed, and I'm going out of order now, just the order I remember making them, this purple fin, which on my end of the camera is looking very brown, but it is very, very purple. It's a dark purple on the pink side of purple, so it's a warm purple. And so that's fin. I had 4 different colors of the fin, and I got 3 of them spun. So this one I got 98 yards. I spun a total of like 1,500 yards during the tour that I counted. So this fin was 98 yards. The Flower Garden bat that I don't have was 42 yards. The lock spun was 200 yards, was a lot. It was just some old Jacob I had laying around. This is 8 ounces of Rambouillet, pearl, and silk. The silk was the only part that was dyed black, and it turned into this beautiful really beautiful yarn. I love it. It's soft. So I like this one. I ended up with 512 yards 2-ply. It looks cable plied because of the marling. So that's just a neat little visual trick, I guess. There's a word for that. So there's a video of that one. The 2-ply beaded fin was supposed to be a Facebook Live in the Wool and Fiber Arts community group, which I do have linked below as well. And I did do some of this live, but ran out of time, so most of it is YouTube video. The only part I didn't film for YouTube was stringing the beads onto the fiber because I was doing laundry at the laundromat while I was doing that, so didn't want to film there. But this turned out really pretty. I love the beads in here, and I'm super happy with it. I ended up with 110 yards. The other fin that I spun was a 2-tone roving. So in the roving, the strip of roving, the colors were laid side by side, and I spun it across the top and made this gorgeous yarn. Nice and blues and purples. It's really pretty. I have 108 yards of this. And then now we can get into the yellows. Well, I did some sampling of the llama. So I got a few samples before I started doing anything else. I thought I had another sample. I think 4 is all I made. Anyway, so those are the 2 colors of llama that I have to work with. Most of it's the dark brown. And these have been washed. So I have core spun, single. I have a traditional, this is a traditional 2-ply. Here, I think this was a core spun, a thin core spun 2-ply. No. This was a core spun 2-ply, and this was a traditional 3-ply, I think. Anyway, just trying different things. Trying to get as thick as I could, and nothing was working, and then ended up thicker than I wanted. But that's okay. So I did count those into my Tour de Fleece yardage totals. It wasn't much though. So I had a yellow bat and Rolex and 2 braids of BFL that I had made as a set for a waffle sale a couple of years ago, and they were sold during the live sale, and then the sale was canceled, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I never bothered to put them in the shop. So this year I thought I would spin them. And I'm really glad I didn't put them in the shop and sell them because they're gorgeous. So this is the bat all core spun. I dizzed it. You'll see that video. There's only one yarn here that I did not have a video for, and that's this purple fin. So all the other yarns I spun during the tour I filmed. That's the single core spun, which I've never left it as singles before. That was interesting. And I have 110 yards. This is hilarious. The Rolex I put sequins on, and when I was done core spinning with the sequins, then I thread plied it, and I ended up with 110 yards. And this is one of my absolute favorite, this is my favorite yarn from the whole tour. I love that texture. I love how pretty it is. I love how it turned out. And the sequins are really, really neat. You'll hear me wax poetic in that particular video. And then comes the BFL, which is a mixed BFL, so it's colored and white. So the colors are more earthy, even though the dye is exactly the same. So this is a 3-ply. I have 172 yards, and I had 2 of these. I did not get it all spun. So there's the part of the original braid. It's a third of it. You see the colors are really pretty. They look fairly vibrant like this, but once spun, it becomes very earthy. And then I didn't bother with what direction I was spinning them. I just spun and then plied. So it's all marled and barber poled and everything. It's really nice though. And I love BFL. So still have to spin this one. And yes, this video is in the editor right now as I film episode 31, so this will come out soon. And it is the last Tour de Fleece video. So I've got, what I did not spin is the second braid of the BFL, the last color of the fin roving, which is the prettiest one in my opinion. So these were the colors. I need to get to that and get it done. And then I was saving this luxury braid. It's Polworth Yak that I got at the Fiber Festival. I have not spun that yet. And then I had one other spin that I had planned and I just didn't get to, and that was to spin these 2 red art bats with locks and bits of yarn. And not this. This fell in the bag. So I had some yarn picked out. I had cut in strips, and I have locks. I think it's like Teeswater and Gotland locks that I was going to add into this, and there goes another one. Apparently I didn't take them all out of the bag. So that's a spin that I never got around to, and who knows if I will or not. Like, that's been in my stash and in my store forever. But so I did one unintended, unplanned spin, and I am 4 fibers short of my intended spin. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different spins for this tour, which I think is pretty awesome. Out of those 9, you guys got 8 videos, which is pretty cool because my goal was 7 to 9 videos, so I hit right in the middle of that. These are my notes, I kind of need them. So I'm happy with my Tour de Fleece. I could have done more, but I had to force at the beginning of the tour, all I wanted to do was knit, and I can't show you any of that because I've already mailed it off. So I was making more baby socks and stuff. And I didn't want to quit knitting to spin, and then once I got into the spinning, I didn't want to do anything else, and then I ran out of mojo in the middle of the month, and it's alright.